Hello. Hello. Everybody. Everybody. What's cracking? What's up? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Guys, I just love cameras. That's it. End of show. That's it. So, guys, a lot of people know that I love cameras. There's a lot of folks out there that know that I love cameras, and I'm talking about all kind of cameras, guys. I have been always fascinated about cameras. I have always dreamt of having my own DSLR camera, and I got one. And that thing is like, I think more than 15 years old. That was a long time ago. I've been having this camera for a very, very long time. And so I started like liking cameras since I was young. And I'm talking about like point and shoot cameras. I always liked the, what do you call those? Polaroid cameras back in the days. In the 90s. I don't know if anybody's that old, but I'm old. By the way, I'm drinking some water right now before I drink my alcohol because I sent it last night. I got super, super tipsy. So, yeah, I like cameras, and I always liked them. When I was little, I had a Polaroid camera. And it was one of those little Polaroid little bitty cameras that you take a picture and it pops out right there. I had one of those and the big block Polaroid cameras too. I've always been fascinated, and I always liked the even portable, no, not portable, what do you call it? Disposable cameras, because it's like back then it used to just be disposable cameras and then Polaroid cameras. Of course, they had the other cameras, but those were rolling cameras where you had to roll them. I always had a fascination about cameras. And I think it's just capturing that moment. It fascinates me completely. By the way, guys, Paku is sleeping. He's over there sleeping. And I'm that person that would buy a lot of cameras. And this whole session right now is just about me chanting, I just love cameras, I just love cameras. What could I say? So I continued. I had gotten my first little bitty camera at Best Buy. It was because at that time I was like, I can't afford one of those big cameras, which is $300, $200. I had bought a little bitty camera, a little point and shoot. I think for $150, maybe around, maybe around $150. I had a tablet, a Galaxy tablet, and I would go to car meets and I would take pictures with that Galaxy camera, and it would be literally Galaxy camera, the whole entire tablet. I would use the tablet to take pictures, and that's how I was coming into photography. I didn't have any fancy dancy camera. I used the camera on my tablet, and I would be literally going around. I'm pretty sure the camera people would be like, she takes pictures with her tablet, because I was in that tablet stage where that was a good camera that I only had because I didn't have a phone with a good camera. And so I'm just like, I used my actual tablet itself. And so I just took pictures with that. And then after that, that's when I got me the little bitty point and shoot camera. The point and shoot camera the point and shoot camera is the one that basically kind of made me go into photography a little bit more and in depther with photography. And so I would just constantly be taking photos and photos. And so I got my DSLR, and when I first got it, man, it was, I don't know how long ago again, probably like 15 years already. It's a long time. Man, I took so many pictures, guys. So many pictures. I just love cameras. And I got a camera, when I got a camera for my house, guys, it was rolling. It was rolling. The first camera, because I didn't know what kind of cameras, and you would think, home surveillance cameras, you have to set them up outside and stuff. And I had one surveillance camera, and I still have it to this day. It doesn't do any more surveillance anymore. I don't know, it just broke down. And I think I only paid like, I think $25 for it. And I used that for a while, and I put it to my parking spot. And after that, I was kind of addicted to buying cameras. And then all of a sudden, I saw Wyze camera. Nobody was talking about Wyze camera at all. Everybody was talking about Ring cameras and Amazon camera. I don't know. Everybody was talking about all these other cameras. Nobody was into Wyze cameras as they are right now. Wyze camera got me. I had one Wyze camera, and I fell in love. Because it was tiny and small, and you could put it in a windowsill and it will not reflect. I had that happen with one camera I had too, and it would reflect the window, like the window lighting, and it would reflect. It's a dark mode, and so it was just too hard to even to look into that. And then I got another camera, and another camera, and another one, and another one, and another. I ended up with I think I have 10 cameras. No, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 6, no, 7, 6 or 7. I'm pretty sure it's probably 6 or 7, whichever. I have all those cameras, and I have cameras in my grandma's house now. I got so addicted to buying these little Wyze cameras. Like every single model that they came out with I had to get it. And they're not expensive. They're very cheap. They're less than 50. They're less than like $30 sometimes. Or let's just say $50 or less than $50. And it doesn't take much to have them. And that's one thing that I really like. I saw one Wyze camera that does a movement, and man, I was on that bandwagon. I said, I want one of those. I got one of those, and it didn't come in black, and now they come in black. I just painted it black. But man, oh man, do I love cameras, guys. Do I love cameras? I love them. I just love cameras, and now I got cameras in my car. I have to have a dash camera on rolling all the time. I got a little bit paranoid one time when I was working in Missouri City, and every day I would see a crash, and it scared me. It like seeing a crash just happen right there, it kind of scared me. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get into a crash, and I hope I don't get into a crash or whatnot, because people be driving crazy, and people literally were just, running into each other, constantly bumping into each other, running. I was just paranoid, and then all of a sudden, I finally got ran into, and it was close to mid-downtown, well, not mid-downtown, in Galleria area. I got rear-ended at going 0 miles per hour. Just in traffic. Somebody thought it was time to go and they mashed me right in the back. Kind of sucks, I know. But yeah. Oh my goodness, this thing. Oh. Alright, getting some extra lighting up in here. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, guys, about cameras. I just love la cameras, and I can't stop getting them. I was telling these people at work, and they were asking me, man, why do you have cameras everywhere? I said, look, I am addicted to cameras. I go to the stores, I go to the pawn shop and see if there's a good deal on some. Sometimes there are good deals, sometimes they're not. But geez, man, I can't. I just can't. I love cameras, and I got cameras all over my apartment. I got cameras in my car. I got regular DSLR camera and a point shoot camera. And every time I go to the antique store, I see those cameras, and I just love them. I just love them. The cameras in general, I love. Hello, Tiff. I love cameras too. Heck yeah. Man, Tiff, I have not seen you in here in a hot minute. Yes, me too, man. I just made a whole exclamation mark over here of me loving cameras. I have one in Paku's cage. I have one close to Gogur's cage. I got 5 of them watching my car. I have one in my house. I have a DSLR camera. I have 2 point and shoot cameras. And I just cannot stop buying cameras. I may film, direct, of course, I love cameras. Yeah, I was the same thing too. I used to do photography and videography. And I did photography only for cars. And then I guess since I was doing it all the time, constantly, that's why my Instagram was called, photography. But I kind of got out of it. I just don't really do it no more. I do a lot of videography now. And it's just drifting. Most of the time is drifting. Just drift cars and stuff. I even told the people I work with, I said, if I could have a camera on my person, which is on me, recording at all times, I would, man. I would love cameras, like glasses, those glasses cameras. Google camera or something like that. I would love to have some of those. I don't even wear glasses, but I would love to wear that. So that way people could see a daily in my life. Like, cheers. Because when people start seeing that you're recording and everything, they're like, ugh, ugh. I'm like, yeah, I'm recording. I just feel like constantly recording every single minute. And again, I think it's the fact of memories. You see these memories and you fill them out, and it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And it does feel good to have a camera in my apartment. It felt weird for a second, but the way I have it set up, I'm like, no, I feel comfortable. I feel so much. People think, what happens if somebody hacks into one of your cameras and sees you inside or whatever. I said, oh yeah, that would be weird, but at the same time, it's highly, well, I don't know. I wouldn't say highly anti-theft. People can hack into it or whatever, but I feel comfortable and I feel safe. And you know what, too? We're talking at work. They said that nope, nothing gets away with you. I said, nope, because I have record every single thing that happens. I like GoPros. Yes, I do have a GoPro too. I actually missed that part. I started off with the point and shoot, and then I had to I wanted to get me a DSLR, so I got me a DSLR, and then I got me a GoPro. Man, that thing was so expensive. Luckily, I worked at an academy at that time, and I got a big discount. But still, I still have it. It's up on the shelf. I got little itty bitty cameras. I got two. I got two over here. Oh, let me see. Let's take you around the room. I got one little one right there. It's a hidden little camera there. I got one a hidden one right here next to the shark. This is a little hidden cameras. And then I have the old one, which is the first one. I believe I have. It's up there where it's another hidden camera, but those are not activated. They're not activated, but I just have them lying around. People think, oh, they're recording. I said, no, they're not recording. I wish, but no, they're small. Very small. And every single thing. Oh, and I got a deer camera too, where you can see the deer. The reason why I got that, what the heck is that called? Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Hold on. I have one of those cameras because if the lights do go out, I can't see anybody that's going to be near my car. So, and I can't record anything, and if anything happens, at least I have it on proof. So I bought me one of those just in case the lights go out. But yeah, it's just something about cameras that just fascinates me. It's the moment, it's everything, and I have proof. If I could have a camera on my body at all times, I would. I would love that. I would surely love that. I feel like maybe people will be more respectful with me, and they'll respect me because I would always be in progress of recording. And I don't know. It's just something that always interested me when I was very young. And when I was young, small, like little, I had one phone that had a camera, and I took apart the phone as well, and I took apart the camera, and I'm like, wow, this little thing, this little device thing actually does this, and I was just so fascinated about it. I'm so fascinated about surveillance cameras, and when I see a surveillance camera like place, I'm just like, yes, this is what I like. I went to my grandma wanted to, what's that called? Coin collectors. I went to a coin collector, and this coin collector had high security inside and security outside, just high security. And then we went in. It's like you can't record anything in there. But the fact that they had cameras watching in every direction, I was like, I told my grandma, if I get a house, I would love to have cameras like these everywhere, just every angle, every corner. Oh man, it excited me. My grandma started laughing. I said, look at all these cameras, they're all watching us. I said, yes. If we had that many cameras in this world, yeah, we'll go ham. Oh man. And another thing that could have saved me too in relationships, guys, is cameras. Because guys, real talk, love is toxic. Love is freaking toxic. Back then, we didn't have any of this. We didn't have cameras in our house. We didn't have cameras anywhere. We didn't have, doorbell ringers. We didn't have all this. And I guarantee you, a lot of relationships could have been saved if this world of camera surveillance stuff was there. I guarantee you that's real talk. Because maybe we wouldn't go crazy on your significant other for bringing people in the house, or thinking someone is effing someone in their house. And I'm just this is just real talk right here. I'm just real talking. A lot of relationships go downhill because they don't know what their significant other is doing at home while they're at work. They're just at work and they're thinking they're at work, they're at home, just relaxing, cleaning and stuff. And sometimes you get this jealousy stuff that happens, and there you go. It's just, mm-mm. And I think one of my relationships too could have been saved if that was the case too, because I would have had cameras all up in that apartment, that I could see everything, and that I know what's going on, and I can hear and talk through the cameras. And don't say it's toxic. I don't say it's toxic. I say that I would feel more comfortable. I would feel more comfortable knowing that this stuff is not going to happen and stuff, because the cameras will notify you on your phone, and then they will be like, okay, somebody's in the house, or the doorbell thingy, all that. And I think it was one time I was meeting my ex, and yeah, it might sound funny, but yeah, I was meeting my ex, and this is an ex from when I was in middle school, and we just became homies. That's it. And so one time I went to his flat. Well, I mean his apartment, not inside his apartment. I couldn't go inside. I could only be outside because he had a dog. And he says, "No, I don't want you going inside yet." And I'm like, "Yeah, what's wrong? I thought you and your other significant other broke up." He's like, "No, she has the cameras, and she can see inside." Now they had the cameras due to the dogs. That was the situation. Due to the dogs, they could see their dogs in the cameras. But that felt nice to me. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. I would be like, you know what? How come this never came out a long time ago? If I was in a relationship, I guarantee you I would have cameras. I mean, like at that time, I would have cameras at that time all over, so I could know and be comfortable with leaving that other person at home, or having someone there at your house. I feel comfortable. And then if they leave and they never tell you nothing, again, so it just becomes like a relaxation thing. But yes, surveillance cameras are my go-to right now. Any surveillance camera of Wyze I might have, because I love Wyze cameras, and I just, it's something about it. Something about it, it's watching you all the time, and I feel comfortable because I know that if something happens. Now, don't get me wrong, when you have surveillance cameras, you're supposedly have to have a sign saying you're on camera, something like of that sort. Now, there are laws. Well, there is different city laws for different areas, and they do have to tell you. They say, if you're going to have a camera in your house or around your house, you got to tell the environment that you have cameras watching this property. And sometimes I never told anybody. Nobody knows I have cameras because they're not outside. And people are like, "How come you don't have the cameras outside?" I had the one kid that I know. He's asked, "I don't see your cameras. Where are they?" I said, "They're inside. They're watching inside." Like, "Oh yeah, you can have the cameras inside." Yeah, right on the windowsill, bro. Right in the windowsill. They're so small that you can't even see them in the windowsill. And I painted them all black, so you can't even see them. But Let me go refill my cup. So I was oh, okay, there it goes. My goodness. We'll leave it like that. Woo. Alright, I'll come back. I'm coming back, guys. So yeah, I have cameras all over, and again, I'm talking about all kind of cameras. I'm not just talking about DSLRs. I'm not talking about the point and shoot cameras. I'm talking about all kind of cameras, down to surveillance, spy cams. I've always had a thing for the cop cams, surveillance cop cams, and it's just that's just me, I guess. You know, I really really like cameras. Whoa. And the science behind a camera is amazing. It's just amazing to me. I gotta sneeze. Oh, I was saying I was gonna be here for 31 minutes, and then Tiff showed up, so I'll be here just a tad bit longer. Since we know that Tiff only is an in and out person, we are gonna stay here for just a tad bit longer. But yeah, again, if I could have cameras on my person, I would. So guys, let's talk about. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, yesterday. Okay, I didn't sneeze. Yesterday, bruh, I watched 2 movies. Like, I got home early and I did all my live streams, guys. Did 5 live streams yesterday, and then oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to put this. Oh, hold on. I don't know if I'm that hungry. I'm more sleepy and tired. Now, yesterday I sent it and I was tipsy. I needed to get drunk. I needed to. And I was listening to music and I'm jamming out here. I can't believe I jammed out for 3 hours. Like, I was jamming. I didn't want to stop jamming. I wanted to keep jamming, bro. And the kid, the one that lives in the property that I told you, I think he's 13 years old. He knocked on my door yesterday, and I was all like, "What the heck?" Because I barely saw him in the little distance. I saw a little shadow, and I'm like, "What the heck is that?" And all I could think about is the kid, because the kid texted me like yesterday in the afternoon. He said, if y'all haven't seen that scandal that I had, the parking lot standoff, go watch the video because you might be lost. So he wanted to inform me if I could write a letter to his attorney, so he can they could see what happened that day. So I text him that, and so I didn't expect him to come to my apartment usually because he's got my phone number already. He could just text me. So the kid comes to my door and he's asked, and I had an extra phone, and I'm like, oh my god, you surprised the heck out of me. Like, I'm over here jamming out, I'm going ham. I'm literally going ham, jamming out. And he's like, were you singing? I was like, man, I was singing, I was dancing, I was all over the place. Like, and at this time, I was ready in the zone, guys. And I have to be respectful because he's a kid. He's 13 years old, so I have to be respectful for my words. I think he's him right now. He's just riding his bicycle right now. But I have to be respectful. And so I'm just like, I just start talking to him. He was just asking if I had another phone or whatnot. And then I was telling him that he should stay out of the situation because he's an in-between. And again, if you haven't watched that parking lot standoff video, go watch it. Again, you might be lost. But he's in between the situation, and he's talking to the guy that was drunk that day, and I'm talking to the lady, and she's perfectly fine. And it's funny because the lady, all of a sudden, she came to my job. Now she don't know where I work, but since we're in the area, she knows now. But it was funny because it was my coworker that was like, hey, can she borrow this air device that goes to your car, goes from the actual cigarette lighter itself to the air and to the tire. I said, no, nobody can borrow that. She's like, she wants to borrow, she'll pay us money if she borrows it. I said, no, we're not doing that. And then she says my name and distance. I'm like, oh, it's you. And I'm sorry, you can borrow my personal one, and I'll let you borrow that. And she's like, oh, thank you. And so she knows where I work, and I told her, I said, if you need any parts or anything, let me know, because I'm a manager here. And she's like, okay, I will. So she gave me some change. That's awesome. I feel like they're awesome. She just, at that time, they felt a different way. And it's very understandable. Whew. I'm talking away. Who's here in the chat? Oh, turn the light. Oh. I don't have full lights off. I do have the LEDs on. I got those LEDs. But there's two things happen. What is this? Oh. I'm getting a tad bit hungry, not a lot. But yeah, I really do. I have a fascination of cameras, and it's crazy. I mean, right now, if I was to get into like some sort of relationship, they would have to accept that. They would have to accept me having lots of cameras in my house because it's going down every corner. Just like some places are high surveillance. That would be my house. High surveillance. Don't try, because if you see a camera in one spot, yeah, it could be recording, but you may not see the other cameras that I have, because that's one thing. You play tricks on people, thinking that it might be a dummy camera, it might not be a dummy camera, but the real one could be over here while you try to vandalize one. You gotta have to vandalize all of them, aren't you? Not, like literally. And there's a couple of those 360 cameras, I would love to try. I would also love to get a drone too with the 4K camera. I was looking into one drone because I love to record every single thing. When I'm talking about every single thing, I'm talking about every single thing. So I like to record these things mainly because to have evidence, to have proof that these words were said and stuff. But man, I tell you, the amount of attraction I get when I do record is just hilarious. It's just hilarious. It's like, oh, you recorded that? I was like, yes, of course, bro. I record everything. When is my camera not rolling? When am I not rolling? I'm recording. I'm constantly recording something. Something happens, I'm gonna record it. You know, I'll be that one person who's like, why didn't you call 911? I said, man, let the other people call 911. I'll be the camcorder right here. I'm gonna record everything. I did record the apartment fire too. I don't know if y'all saw that. It was last season, season 3 on my channel. I do have that up too. Oh my goodness, Paco. I'm so tired. I slept all day, guys. I was getting over my hangover, and man, I slept all day. I was just so tired. I don't even feel like playing video. I got off of work early because I was gonna have to get off at 7, but no, they told me to close. I'm like, no. She's like, you don't have to close. I said, yeah, let me leave at 9 because we already had a couple of closers there. I was like, no, I don't want to be here. I already had my mind set to leave at 7. Tomorrow, I have to see if I could try to do my hub, my wheel bearing. Oh. What the heck is that? Oh yeah, guys. I'm gonna be here a couple of more minutes. I'm so tired. I think I'm just gonna eat and then go to sleep. I'm sleepy. I am sleeping. I tell you, I think again, it's my personal opinion. I think one of my relationships could have been saved if we had cameras in the house. That's what I feel. Because everybody thinks of something. Everybody thinks that you might be doing something wrong while a person's at work or whatever, or out, and like, why you're not. I thought you said you were at the house and you're not at the house. I think a lot of relationships can do that, and also teenagers. I guarantee you right now they're going to be. Well, the teenage rate height of pregnancy at my school was high. But I guarantee you, if there was cameras in the house and your teenager cannot get out. If they have surveillance cameras and stuff, they have to literally go around going around something so that way they can't get out. And teenage pregnancy, could be stopped as well. I don't know. It's my opinion. We know we all did wrong when we were teenagers. Unless you're a teenager now, I'm not sure. But yeah, guys. Whew. I let it out. Cause I really do. It's me. That's just me. And doing this live stream / podcast thing that I'm doing right now, I just like it because I get to talk to either people online if they're there, or just talk to my environment and let everything out. There goes that. Oh. I'm gonna eat me some the rest of these hot wings. Ow. And I don't know what happened last night. I really don't. But I try to review my cameras too. And how the heck did I got a bad cut right on the side of my eye and on my leg. It's like burnt up. Like if I was dragging myself or something, like a carpet burn or something. I have no idea. I looked on my cameras too to see what the heck was I doing last night. I was like, did I go out? One time I did was so dumb. I went out, I ran, I was running, came back with muddy feet, and I'm like, what the heck? What did I do last night? Oh yeah, guys. Thank you, Tiff, for being here. Yes, I do love cameras, and what can I do? Whoever's gonna be with me next, they're gonna have to be like not getting away with anything. That's just me. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.